Hi, I'm Kelly Matthews. I am from Eugene, Oregon. I'm 48 years old. I'm a senior instructor of public relations in the School of Journalism and Communications at the University of Oregon. I was the first in my family to graduate from college, which was a really big deal. It's both a big deal to me in that it was a milestone and an important one to accomplish, but also important in the work that I do. I'm often advocating and mentoring and supporting first generation college students now in the University of Oregon. And I would say that path for me has been a significant to my work and to my ability to support my students. You know, Sarah and I have known each other for a long time, and when she asked me to participate in this project, it felt like an honor because I knew the kind of women that she was inviting. All of the other women here have accomplished so much and are, even if you haven't accomplished everything on your list, you still deserve to be celebrated.
Hello, I'm Lori Lewis. I'm 60 years old. I really loved having Sarah Waters take my photograph for this exhibition, this gathering of incredible women, because it's kind of like a smackdown of the societal story or conversation or belief that as we age, as we move into menopause, just because our bodies are changing means we're somehow invisible or worthless. And it's not true. So we got to celebrate our intelligence, our beauty, the magnificence of our body, our creativity, our sisterhood. And I'm really grateful that Sarah brought us together for that.
My name is Sophia. I'm a consultant and a writer and a very freshly empty nested mom. I'm currently from Portland, Oregon. I'm 49 years old. I was born in Illinois to immigrant parents at the University of Illinois, and I was raised in Indianapolis, Indiana. I started my own company about 12 years ago. I do strategic design facilitation. I'm turning 50 next summer. I plan to celebrate another continent. Leading up to 50, I've been looking ahead 25 years, pledging to that woman at 75 that she write a letter to our 100-year-old Sophia, pledging to same commitments to health, wealth, world impact, the future. If I have a bucket list, what's the favorite thing I've checked off? Well, definitely one, raising my girls to be alive, healthy, growing adults. Two is growing a business enough that I can own my life. I can do what I choose with it.
Hi there, I'm Melissa Burr, the Vice President of Winemaking at Stoller Wine Group, and I would tell my 20-year-old self to trust your intuition at all times. It's never wrong, and just be yourself. That is the best advice I'd give to my 20-year-old self.
Hi, I'm Maggie Sterner, and I'm a brand coach and a business coach. I teach entrepreneurs and business owners how to define their niche, who's their audience, what problem do they solve, and then find words to talk about it so they can attract the right clients and make the monies. Period. I do one thing. What I learned by being photographed in this project for Sarah is I'm afraid a little bit to be visible. Ironically, what I teach my clients and what I believe in is that we all should have the right to stand for ourselves unapologetically, show who we are, own who we're not, and be present for ourselves and experience exactly what we bring to the party. Somehow standing there and being photographed as I am, exactly how it is and how it isn't, was really confronting for me. I nearly canceled the appointment before I started. What I discovered is that it matters, that we show up for ourselves. And I believe our challenge as a human is to just stand there and own it and really shine and express our brilliance. Having had the experience of being terrified to do that, I actually feel more capable of helping my people learn how to have that same quality.
Hi, my name is Dr. Zaria Rubin. I am 51 years old, soon to be 52, and I'm a functional medicine physician, a keynote speaker, and a burnout expert. I'm also a wife and a mom to a feisty and fabulous 10-year-old here in Portland, Oregon. I was almost 35. I was living in New York City, working in a very prestigious job, but I was utterly miserable. Then one night, my best friend called me on the phone to tell me that her husband had collapsed while playing Frisbee, and they had rushed him to the hospital, but he didn't make it. That was a huge wake-up call for me. Like, this is it. We only get one chance to make this right, to enjoy our lives. And if being a doctor was making me this unhappy, it was time to find a different path. I want to show off that women of a certain age can still be sexy, still be beautiful and powerful and embodied. And we can still have fun. I felt like a supermodel during that photo shoot, which is another career dream that will probably go unfulfilled.
Hello, my name is Amanda Ferret. I turned 45 this summer, and the portrait experience with Sarah was a birthday gift to myself. I'm a Montana native that's lived on both the East and West Coast with a stint back home in Montana in between. I've decided that the West Coast is the best coast though, because I now live in Tillamook, Oregon after several years in the Portland metro area. I'm a professional healer, more specifically an advanced EFT tapping practitioner and emotional wellness counselor. I help women, teens, and those with oppressed or marginalized identities learn to trust, love, and heal themselves, free from guilt, shame, and patriarchal programming. This portrait experience helped me express and embrace parts of my identity that I've either had to keep hidden away, had shamed, or made small for most of my life. As a queer person who wasn't able to come out until I was in my 40s, putting on my rainbow tulle skirt and my Barbie Pride tank top and getting captured on film by Sarah was absolutely empowering.
Hi, my name is Barbara, and I am from New York City, Manhattan, born there, lived on the West Coast for most of my adult life in Portland and many other places overseas. I'm a traveler. I'm a political psychologist. I've been a professor at Portland State and other places around the world. I teach conflict resolution. I teach improvisation, and most recently, I'm a storyteller and using storytelling in my work for all kinds of things. The reason the number of 64 is so interesting is because, of course, like many people say, you don't feel it inside. As my father said when he was aging, like he looks in the mirror and he sees this old guy, but inside he just feels like himself, because the soul doesn't age, right? If I were to give any advice to my 20-year-old self or my young friends, that it is the relationships that will carry you through. Nurture your friendships, nurture your relationships. I have friends from grade school, high school, college, and beyond. And I would also just say, follow what you love, follow the things that you love, follow the people that you love, follow what opens your heart and gives you joy, because that's what it's about.
Hi, I'm Brenda, BrendaLSutton.com. I'm from Portland, Oregon, and I am 56 and a half years young. I just rewired from corporate as an organizational change specialist, where I worked with human beings and leaders on all change, anything change related. So now as a consultant and a coach, I do the same work on my own, working with people who actually want to create change and transition and transformation in their life. I want you to know that I'm doing all of my work by donation until I reach $10,000 of direct donation to the nonprofit of your choice. And so if you want to learn more about that, you can go to my website, BrendaLSutton.com. And also you can get a free one-pager about ways to rewire your life at any age and any stage.
Hey there, I'm Andrea Walker from Seattle. I am 52 years old and I am a Gene Keys and leadership coach for entrepreneurs. I am so happy to be in my 50s. I feel like I'm just coming into my own in terms of really understanding my talents, my power, my confidence, stepping outside of limiting beliefs and showing up authentically, fearlessly, powerfully, not being afraid to be visible, not being afraid to say what I think and taking a stand. I am just so committed to deconstructing the myths and the stories that we have about diminishing as we age. I don't buy it. I don't buy that story. I see this generation, this midlife and beyond generations of women as being incredibly powerful change agents, bridging the old world and the new.
Hi, my name's Elizabeth Hoodenpile. Currently, I'm from Spray, Oregon. To make a really long story short, I met my husband in Gold Hill, Oregon, and we got married in Rogue River. We lived there for a while. He took a job in Eastern Oregon, and I got to stay home and raise our children as a stay-at-home mom, and we homeschooled our kids. And I also became a medical transcriber while I was at home. I've worked for Soil and Water for Wheeler County, and I've worked as a cook in Monument, the school system there, until I took a position with the Postal Service. Something that's changed the direction of my life significantly would be my relationship with Jesus Christ. I got saved when I was 22 years old, just a couple weeks after we got married. A couple weeks after my husband, actually. I was the stubborn one. I was first nervous about the shoot. Sarah made it extremely comfortable and fun, and now I'm really glad I did it.
Hi, I'm Heather Hardy. I am a longtime Portlander. I moved here in 1995 with my husband after grad school. Most recently was working for a retail healthcare company as their chief growth officer. I left there in April and now am working on my plan for the next 45 years to build health and wellness into my community and for my own personal self. I think ambition absolutely changes over time. I think early on it was very kind of traditional. I wanted to have a family and I wanted to have a career. And I think at this point, I feel like I've done all those things in some fashion or form and feel pretty good about it. And now it's about, what do you want to be spending your time on to feed your own curiosity and passions? And what do you want to be doing to make an impact in the world? And so that's a little bit of a different type of ambition. And I think, money comes much less into play. And impact, I think, much more.
Hi, my name is Hope Myers. I live in Hillsboro, Oregon. I'm going to turn 63 next month, and I'm actually excited about it, which is a bit surprising because when I turned 60, I was kind of mentally and physically exhausted by it. And, I think I even resented it because it felt like so much of my life had just slipped right past me. And I really did not recognize this woman looking back at me in the mirror. But my life's path, was changed by two events. First was my husband passing prematurely from cancer at age 58. And then a trip I took to Egypt a couple of years ago. And what these taught me is that we really have to celebrate life now. We have to have some joy and happiness now. We can't be waiting for something else to have that happen or make that happen. So my intentions for my future and my present changed completely after those events, and I'm living my best life now. And part of doing that is working with women of any age to help them find their joy and their realization that they can choose their own path, they can choose their own life. And only when they do that, only when they fill themselves up and make themselves happy, are they really able to be in service to other people.
Hi, I am Lisa Brom, CEO and founder of My Financial Girlfriend. We are a full-service financial planning, consulting, and mentoring women and marginalized communities in their money, in their real-life money, and how they understand their money to work or not. And it's really about financial education and literacy over their money. If you can't see the opportunities, then you can't continue to grow. And that's really part of what I feel is my journey and my purpose. If I could tell my 20-year-old any advice, I look back and I say that to be clear with your communication, find relationships that lift you up and are positive in your life, and actually nix out any negativity, any people that in your life that bring you down or just don't make you feel good. They make you question everything, or they make you feel like you're bad on the inside or outside. So I definitely would tell her to seek out more positivity and to don't doubt yourself.
Hello, my name is Renee Kutzi, and I use she, her pronouns. I'm 46 years old. I'm a third-year PhD student at the University of Washington School of Public Health. I do research with and advocate for people who are exposed to diseases that are attributed to changes in the environment, people who are impacted by natural disasters, migration, climate change, unplanned urbanization, and inequities that impact their health. That we have a moral responsibility to be caretaking for nature too, particularly in how our impacts of urbanization and destruction of the environment that isn't done thoughtfully and in mind with nature and with the animals that we share this with, and how that has an impact on our health and well-being as well.